Hey guys, what is up? Austin here, aka Bowtie Guy 97, and today I've got a neat video for you guys. As promised, and it's not going to be about my truck. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some different trucks on the channel here, and I want to do something different. It is going to be about my dad's 2011 Silverado. Now, you guys saw this in a video a couple weeks ago when we talked about the mileage between mine and his truck. His having 200,000, mine having 300,000. If you're new to this channel, I keep my Instagram down in the description below. I'll be doing a lot more with this truck. We got a couple things we're going to do to it. Different wheels. We're going to put a leveling kit on it. So there's going to be videos coming out on this Silverado soon. So if you do own a 07 to 13 Chevy Silverado, that generation, there'll be some cool videos for you on this channel here soon, as well as my 2004 Silverado. That is really what the channel is all about. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Today's video is about the cold air intake on a 2011 Chevy Silverado 5.3. This will go for any 2007.5 up to 2013 Chevy Silverado 1500s that do have the Vortec 5.3 liter. It'd probably be close to the same for the 4.8s or the 6.0s. But this cold air intake is just an eBay cold air intake, and if you are a veteran here on the channel, you know that I have the same thing going on in my truck, and I've talked about it before. I don't believe in paying for the K&N, cold air inductions, Volant, all of those. I don't see the benefits of the expensive cold air intake because it's all the same, because it's all a tube and a filter. I do think that doing a K&N filter is a good idea, but as for the tube, it's all basically the same, and I've proved that point in a video that I did a while back. But what I want to talk about was this system has been on here for about 8 months. I want to talk about the gains we got from it, the negatives that we've had from it, and if you're looking and you're in the market to do a cold air intake on your Silverado, why you should either do or not do the eBay system. So this was $87 on eBay. It comes with everything that you need to install it. You've got the hole here for your mass airflow sensor. You've got the boots, filter, tube, clamps, everything you need. It's a very easy install. It also does come with the heat shield and a nice rubber to protect it there when the hood shuts. But very easy install. I think it took me all but 15 minutes to put on. You know, once you get the old system out and get the new system in, it was not hard at all. Now, he does a whole lot of highway driving, and that's kind of why we did it. We were seeing it was less about the power and more about the economy, just to get a little bit more fuel economy. When he did the system, he noticed almost a mile per gallon difference. It was on 100, you know, he got a little bit more mileage on his full tank of gas than he did before. But when we did the math, it came out just those like 0.8 miles per gallon difference. So if you do that on a full tank of gas, if you have a 300-mile range, I think he got like another 30 or 40 miles or something like that on his whole range. So it worked out to almost a mile per gallon difference. So if you're doing a whole lot of highway driving, I would definitely say the system is worth it, because it will eventually over time pay for itself. As far as power increase goes, he noticed a better throttle response, but as far as, you know, if you were to line it up and nail it and race it, it didn't seem like it had all that much more get up and go. It just seemed that the throttle response was better. It seemed to respond faster at the throttle input and just accelerate at a quicker rate bottom end than it did before. So I have no idea about the power numbers that he gained. There's probably some videos out there that maybe throw these things on a dyno and you can see. But the system is holding up great. It's just a polymer tube, which is a good thing because you're not going to be heating up like the metal ones do. It's just black, no thrills, no kills. He doesn't like chrome, so it's just a black tube in here with a standard filter. A little dirty, he needs to clean it. You see the boot there, so we can move around when the engine revs or whatever and rocks back and forth, so it doesn't come undone. The boots are just rubber, and it's really just a basic system. Nothing crazy about it. People talk about the engine noise. The engine noise is enhanced when you remove the factory system, and it's kind of got that resonator box. And I think the idea of that is to try to kill some of that noise created by the intake on these trucks. So you are going to notice a little bit of a sound difference inside of the cab with this system. He noticed it was a little bit louder on acceleration, but it wasn't making a whistling or a howling or anything like that. just driving around town. It's not annoying at all. But when you get on it, there's definitely a noticeable difference in the motor. And a lot of people like that. Some people didn't. I know he was concerned. He didn't want to be listening to it whistling or howling or anything like that. And it does not make that noise. So the system it seems to be really good. The heat shield does a real good job of blocking it off down here, keep the heat out. Right there is where your air would come in out of the fender, just like the stock box. And the two, I mean, it's pretty clean. You know, it got rid of all that junk that was on here before. So like I said, it's been on here for about 9 months and held up good. So as of right now, I definitely think it was worth the $87, $89 that he paid for it to have it on here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start the truck for you guys and rev it up, and you maybe you can kind of hear the difference of what the tube makes it sound like under here versus what yours sounds like without the cold air system. All right, so as you can hear there's definitely a difference between when he was revving it up, the sound of the motor from the factory system that I remember it being. You know, you'd have to obviously get in and rev your truck up to hear it, but it definitely has a deeper tone, and you can really hear the intake sucking in the air there. So that is the biggest difference in any type of sound. The exhaust sounds exactly the same. This just has factory exhaust. So he might have gained more out of this if he would have had exhaust, just to get more air through the system. But all he has done is the cold air intake. Everything else is completely factory. This one does have the cylinder deactivation, the active fuel management, so we can shut down cylinders for fuel economy. I think he is managing, just on stock tires and everything like this, I think he is managing about 20 highway miles to the gallon and a roughly 13 to 14 around town. So that's pretty good for full-size, four-wheel drive pickup truck. So I definitely think that the system is worth it for anybody that's interested in doing the eBay and not shelling out for that K&N, Volant, or any of the other systems out there that they're wanting $200 and $300 for. I think for $87, $89, you really cannot go wrong with it. I think you're gonna see a little bit of power increase out of it and a little bit of economy, and it'll definitely pay for itself over time, especially if you were driving it regularly, and especially if you're driving it on the highway and going through tanks of gas like he does. So I appreciate y'all watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the other videos on the channel, and like I said at the beginning of the video, I do have some other videos coming on this truck, because like I said, we're going to do a leveling kit on it. I've got different wheels and tires coming for it too. So I wanted to do this video to try to capture the segment of people that own this generation truck, because I wanted to kind of expand out my channel and do something different that did not include my truck there. If you were interested in that truck, there's plenty of videos on my channel about it. It's a constant build, and we've got new, bigger stuff coming forward here soon. I appreciate you watching. As always, take care. Have a great day.